It's your man NEP first live stream. We do have a special for this because we are going to Booker's, so there will be a slight delay for about 5 minutes. I go in, that'll be about 10 minutes away. Currently there's no one watching, so as normal it's your man in the shed, NEP, talking to himself in his car, which is what I tend to do most days anyway, because sometimes you just want to talk to yourself. Why would you not? It's a new sign of madness, so let's start going. Let's see if we can get anyone to join us. Obviously, as I am driving, I can't guarantee that this will stay working. Hopefully it will, and unless I'm stopped I won't be able to see if we have many people actually watching. And as we come up here, we've got the line of drivers slowing me down, and there's a bus coming, so we'll just slow down a bit. We will get ourselves a little bit of air going so that the car doesn't steam up, because the weather in the UK today is a bit damp. Not necessarily raining as such. There is a touch of rain in the air, but it's not as if it is actually pouring down. So again, we've got a van coming towards us now, so we're just going to ease off the gas. We do put on the most pointless lights on these vans sometimes. It's like street headlights, man, that's what they're for. It's a crappy day, the view, you know, you can see well enough, but if you get your lights on, it's just a little bit easier for people to see that you've got your lights on, like the bus does, and like what I does. You know what I'm saying, fam? You get me, blood? So there we go. Yep, still no one watching yet, but who knew? Oh, probably the world, mind you. When I look at my analytics, the majority of my viewers apparently are India and places like that. So I know I have a lot of virtual friends in the Philippines, and a big shout out now to the Philippines. Hope you've had a good day out there. Obviously it's the afternoon out there now. I'm not sure how many hours ahead of us you are. I think it's about 10 hours, so I suppose it's about 8 o'clock in the evening now. It's starting to get a bit lighter out there, I imagine, although they are quite close to the equator, so I'm not really sure how your days vary. I imagine they are pretty much similar all day, although it is in the southern hemisphere, so they should be getting a bit brighter for a bit longer into the evening and a bit earlier in the mornings. But as I say, I've never been to the Philippines, and one day maybe it would be nice. It does look nice. My good friend Ariel, who I'm going to give a quick shout out to. Hello Ariel, hope you're well. He is from the Philippines, and he always tells me how lovely it is there. He does have a hotel which he has something to do about there, and a restaurant I believe. It does look stunning. I think it was Johnny who went out there and saw it when he used to work at Picture Piano, where I'm currently working, where Ariel once worked, and he said how lovely it was. And I'm sure in the Philippines there are certain parts which are absolutely picturesque, and like everywhere there's parts which, I'm sure there's some parts of Manila, capital, which are not so nice. But you can say the same about London and Winchester and Southampton and anywhere else you might want to go. So at the moment then we are just coming into Portswood, heading towards Swaveling. We are going into Eastleigh, deepest darkest Eastleigh, because we have got to go and get some plastics. So what I love about us is we are now doing our little bit to try and help save the turtle and fishies and stuff like that by now having paper straws. Doesn't matter how many thousand of plastic cups we throw away a day, that's neither here nor there. That just happens. That's just a case of that's going to happen, and just accept it, because it has to happen. Because we can't allow children to have an actual glass, because they might smash each other in the face. When I come in on a Wednesday, sorry, on a on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, which is generally when I work. Not just the morning, but at that time when the cleaner's in, they have made such a horrific mess. It's incredible. How dirty can you be? They toilet and they smash it to pieces, and stuff like that. So yeah, you know, it is what it is. And it's horrific cold at the moment. Well, it's not horrific, you know, I'm managing to get on, but a bit of a sore throat and a bit snotty. It's not COVID. I know it's not COVID. I've done a check just to make sure it's not COVID. And my boys all have a cold anyway, so I know who I caught it from. I'm not going to blame anyone. I know it was them. So yeah, so that's unpleasant. So I do apologise if I do have to shout, cough, shout. Why would I shout? Why would I shout? But yeah, if I do have to cough, then it's because I've got a cold. But don't panic, people. I'm not dying of COVID. It's not that. I don't know we shouldn't make jokes like that, but what do? You make a joke, because that's what we do in this country and probably around the world. You know, I imagine, you know, in different parts of the world, there's different humours. I totally get that, but we still make a joke about the most silly things because that's how we deal with the world. So now we're going to go into Old Stoneham Lane, this part of Winchester, of Eastleigh, or North Stoneham, has been massively altered now. They're putting in a new North Stoneham estate there, so that is changing the look of the landscape near the Cockle Club where I used to work. I had a great time at the Cockle Club. You know, I really enjoyed my time there working with everyone there. So yeah, so far then, by the looks of things, although still no viewers, but never mind, I can still waffle on and talk to myself. Although there's no viewers, I still have Wi-Fi, which is great, so we'll keep going with that. When I do get to work, I'll probably stop, to be fair. I'll probably do this for half an hour, see how it goes, see if it works, and then I'm going to look to do a regular live stream. I might do some cooking live, because that's always a bit more fun live. And you got to find things to talk about. Well, I know about cooking, so it's one thing I actually can do. So we've been going, what, 8 minutes? It's over 8 minutes now. And, you know, I think just talking general nonsense is something I'm quite good at. Many people will say, hey Andy, how do you come up with this nonsense? Just in my head, isn't it? It's the gift that keeps on giving. So shortly then, about 5 minutes away now from Bookers, where I will get out, I'll leave the cam running in YouWatch. That'll be when I get a viewer, possibly, who knows. One day might even get 2 or 3. Who would know? And all care. But you know, if you do join the live stream, then welcome when you join, and all of that malarkey. Like I say, at the moment I'm driving, so if I don't actually see you join, do apologize. But if you do have a comment or a message for me on the live stream, then please do send something. I can't guarantee I'll be able to read it because of motorways and just general driving. I don't tend to look at the phone whilst I'm driving. I tend to let it just play and video of this lovely face. When I'm a bit quieter and the road's not quite so busy, I will actually spend time to talk. So next week I am going up to Wolverhampton with work. We're doing a cook off for our new menu to see what new dishes we will have on the menu, see what's changing, see what excitement we can get from that. But I'll be doing a live stream Monday night from the hotel room. Don't worry, there will be no ladies. I'm a married man and we don't do that sort of thing. but we will be broadcasting to the world for a couple of hours just to see who's out there. Maybe we can get some people on board, which will be fantastic. I do love some of the earlier live streams that, once again, go back to my old pal Ariel, some of his earlier ones where he'd spend about 20 minutes and nothing would happen. And you're like, yeah, well, this is literally just some music playing in the background, and you can see his grandfather clock. This is in his old house, and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, this bleeding weirdo wearing his wife's clothes, although I've met his wife and they're certainly not his wife's clothes. There's not a chance that Ariel, who is, let's be fair, a rather big shouldered man, as a polite way of me not calling you fat, Ariel, in case you didn't get it. Probably not going to watch this, so what does it matter? I can call you whatever, I've bleeding one. But as is the world. But because he's a rather large built man and his wife is very, very petite, they're definitely not her dresses that he is managing to get himself into the bleeding idiot. It did make me laugh though, and then he'd dress up and then he'd do some strange old videos. Always a good watch. So if you haven't watched any of Ariel's videos yet, then get around to watching them, because they are a proper laugh. So wonder if there is any chance that we could get a viewer before I get to the bookers. It'd be a shame actually if I do, because I've been now chatting away for the best part of 12 minutes and nobody has joined me yet. Obviously, if you do join me, then do go back and watch the beginning of this video, find out what you've missed or not. And in fact, what I'm going to start doing from the live streams is I am going to put some highlights in. So what I plan to do, sorry, there's that cold again I was talking about earlier, and if you go back I can tell you all about it and why it's not COVID, but there you go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to have, I don't know, if we talk for half an hour, we'll have some key points which we will be putting in. One thing I do know makes life easier is, if not so much a script, but a plan and an action of when we're going to talk about stuff and what it is we are going to talk about. Have some ball points. So one thing I've basically, I'm not doing that anymore because no one watches it, is my Premier League reviews. Well, I can do my Premier League reviews live, so see how things are going. But you know, clearly that was a format that wasn't working. One thing I am trying to currently push is me Ask Google. Ask Google is, let's get quite hot in here. Let's open that window a little bit, let the noise of the world come in. So what is Ask Google? Ask Google is, I will take a subject, and I've been writing a few, and I currently have a poll on what you want me to do along Ask Google about, which will take, I don't know, 10 to 12 videos to get through. At the moment, winning is pre-World War to the World War One to the end of World War Two, so that will take into account before the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and then the build up to the First World War, some of the battles, the end of the First World War, the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, so that's actually said correctly, and then the whole rise of fascism, not just in Germany though, because this is the thing, people think it was just the Germans who were the fascists. Not a chance. The British were just as bad fascists as them, but what we didn't do, this is what we're not actually quite as bad as the German race and Hitler and Himmler, who personally I would say was the worst Nazi, was Heinrich Himmler. He was an absolute dick. So yeah, there's that. And then you have to look at everything else, you know. So the rise of National Socialism, the getting rid of anyone who could go against the government, and then the persecution of the Jews, the Roma, the Jehovah's Witnesses, people who are gay, things like that, and then the whole Holocaust, the battles, D-Day, and of course the end of the Second World War, and then the rebuilding of the British and of Britain and London and certainly Germany, and how after just a few years we then helped them rebuild, plus then the Nuremberg trial. So there's a big catalogue of things we can do, and that's without even any of the battles of Leningrad in Russia and all of that stuff, and then the planning and D-Day when the Allies did the biggest ever sea attack came. It wasn't necessarily an attack, it was them bringing the troops from England into France to go onto the beaches, because the Germans knew that the threat would come one day, and there's a lot of planning into it, places like Berkeley House. So that's currently winning. Also, one I've actually done a bit of work on is the planets in the solar system, so I guess I'll go with this one a little bit later, and it's a few facts about that. Also have another one which would be the history of war, where we look at modern warfare and go back to prehistoric man and how they would fight amongst each other. And then we will go and there's the other one which was today, what happened on this day, which is basically a whole year, and it's things that happen on certain days. Anyway, so 17 and a half minutes in, I'm going to quickly shoot into Booker's and get my stuff. I will be back. Don't miss me too much. See you in a minute, pals. Do I have a mask? I hope I have a mask. Should have a mask in my bag. You don't want to be going into shops without a mask on now, do you? Let's just empty out all the crap. I know I had one or two yesterday. Hopefully I haven't misplaced them, because I don't want to be going in places really without my mask on. Oh well, it looks like, yep, there's one. We will use that one. Hey, finally got a viewer. Let me know who you are. Who are you? Come on. Tell me who you are. Come on. Just popping into the shop. Hey, he's gone. But we got one. It took nearly 20 minutes, but he's gone. We will return. See you, pals. and welcome. So we've been going now for 25 minutes and I've got myself a viewer. Let me know who you are if you want. That would be great. So I'll quickly go into Bookers. Apologise for that. Hope you haven't been hanging on for too long. It was quite funny. I did say, oh, he's gone. There you go. Who knew he wouldn't like that? But yeah, welcome and all that. It's good to see you, my man. Can't really read it at the moment as I'm driving, but I will go through them a bit later and give a thanks out. So we at least got a thumbs up even if we don't have a viewer, but there you go. So we are now going to make our way towards Winchester, going up towards junction 12 of the M3 and coming on that way and coming off at junction 10 like I normally do. I'm sure the roadworks will still be horrific there. We'll drive safely, my friend, because I don't actually look at the screen when I'm driving because I've got driving to do, you know. It's not a matter of me constantly reading it, but there's a few in there. I was hoping that my old mate Ariel might have joined me, but there you go. People are busy, people don't have time to do everyone's live stream, because if we did, we'll get that work done, wouldn't we? So yesterday I was going around this area in my Iceland van when I was working for Iceland, like I do on a Wednesday, which was enjoyable. Got to see my mate Mr. Chris. Always a pleasure, never a chore when you see Mr. Chris, and gave him a little bit of help, but not too much. And that right miserable old sod Mr. Rob Dog was there as well, being moany and miserable as ever. Got an early finish though, that was good. Always enjoy an early finish. I'm sure I saw 17 viewers when I was just showing the car park, but could be wrong there, who knows. We'll probably find out a bit later and all that good stuff. So as I said earlier, I have been doing quite a bit of work on the Ask Google malarkey, which I'm enjoying. So basically I go in there and I think some questions and try and find some out about certain things. So I was doing a bit yesterday on the Greeks, and I found out some good facts actually about the Greeks. So you have Greek gods, but you also have titans. What is the difference between a titan and a god, I hear you cry? Well, when I release my Greeks, I'll let you know. There is a difference between the Greek gods and the titans. We've all heard of Battle of the Titans and all that stuff, but yeah, it's a matter of the titans were pretty much the parents of the gods. So there you go, little stat known. Now you know that. Why wouldn't you want to know that? Anyway, so that's the sort of garbage that this man in a shed, who's never in a shed, let's be fair, rarely in a shed. Next week we'll be broadcasting live from Wolverhampton, and if you are anywhere in the world and you want to give me a hello, I'm watching from so and so, that'd be great, because it would be nice to know if I do ever get anyone actually on where they're actually watching from. What does BG mean? Joe, what does BG mean? Not a clue. You've said it twice now. I don't know what BG is. Ah, you're working as well. Where are you working? What do you do? Because I'm slowing down a bit, I can actually part watch and part do stuff, but obviously that is the thing, and people are watching, but they can always go back and watch this stuff, you know. Hopefully some people I actually work with, people who actually know and like me, well, maybe not people I work with them, but maybe they could actually get involved and actually watch this bloody idiot in his car chatting away to himself. It is quite hilarious, but because of modern technology, you see people walking down the streets. Here in KSA, where's that? Is that South Africa? I'm not sure where KSA is. Or should it be USA? Is it USA or is it KSA? Not sure. Why are you not showing up as a viewer? Because clearly you're watching, because you know what I'm saying. So why are you not actually... Oh, Saudi Arabia. Okay. So are you actually Saudi Arabian then? Sorry, mate, I am going to come onto the motorway, so I'm not actually going to be able to read that anymore. But are you Saudi Arabian, or are you... I thought that you may have been Filipino like Ariel, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That's the great thing with the internet and places like YouTube and Facebook, is you can talk to people all around the world from all different walks of life. You don't have to even know them. So yeah, I've got another viewer, possibly, or it might be the same person, but I've now got one person showing up and viewing. So welcome to the M3 in Eastleigh, going in towards Winchester. How exciting. We're actually 70 miles from London, if you are interested. I know that because I just went past the sign that told me so. So basically, if I was to carry on this road, guess what's going to happen in 70 miles? I'm going to go into London. But I'm not going to go that far. I'm only going to Winchester. It's very, very foggy today. Let me just show you the road. It's very foggy. There's a hill coming up, and I should be able to see the cars going up the other side, but I can't because of all of the fog. Have to say, one of the things that I do prefer about this live stream is I can do that. On my phone normally, you either get the mug or the road, and there's no in-betweens. So the good thing is today, I can show you both, which is quite amazing. So yeah, the traffic's not too bad. We're just going to cruise along, I think, here at just over 50 miles an hour, and that'll get us to work in good time. I am going to obviously come into some traffic work going on in Winchester, and I wonder if they've actually finished filling in the holes in the car park, or whether I need to park in the big car park. Hopefully, because I've got some stuff I brought from Booker's. If you were here earlier, you got to see the exciting times at Booker's, which was amazing. As always, I did ask for a discount for being quick, but they said no. How rude. But there you go. So yeah, so when I do come in to Winchester, there should be some roadworks taking place on the motorway. So clearly need to do a big shout out to all of those like Joe watching me from Saudi Arabia. It's great to know that the Middle East are big fans. Big thumbs up to that. Who knew that the Saudi Arabians would be fans? So this is the thing though, right, is whenever you're doing these vlogs, whether it's live like this one, or whether it is pre-recorded, you can't offend anybody, because you know, and not that I intend to, I don't generally go around trying to offend people, but you got to be so careful of what you say, because if you were to say, oh, the people from Saudi Arabia just using you as a thing, or could be the people from off of Scotland, what I don't like about them is because you're going to offend them. So why would you do that? You know, especially when you know your one thumbs up is from your man in the Saudi Arabia. You're not going to start, you know, everyone has different worldviews. Every country has political views which differ from yours. So although you may like or dislike your own country's political views, you can't go and slag off a different country, you know. After all, we're not Americans. Oh no, I'm only joking. America and the UK very similar in many ways, apart from they butchered our language, but there you go, why not? To be fair, we butcher it enough ourselves, so we can't really say anything against the the Americans. So one of the things that amuses me is when you were at school, it's been a while since I've been to school or college or anywhere like that, but when you are there, is they will teach you languages. So when I was at school, they tried to teach me French. It didn't actually work. They speak French. I understand a little bit of French cuisine type wording. So if I was to read a menu in French, I would understand probably 50% of it, because I work in hospitality, so I understand a few bits here and there. I'm not saying I could stand there and have a conversation with you. You'd have this puzzled, almost like this look you've currently got, this puzzled, I don't know what you're going on about look in my eye, which most people who probably watch this have a very similar look in their eye. But come on, traffic, let's get going a bit. But yeah, so we are taught French at school. Could be Spanish, could be English, whatever you're taught in, from whichever language to that language. So if you were French and you were taught English, you'd probably be taught by someone who is French. The problem with it is, and there's nothing wrong with this, because this is probably the best way to learn English, French, German, Saudi Arabian, whatever, is to teach you how it's supposed to be spoken. Of course, the problem is no one really speaks like that, do they? You know, I'm not sure if any of you out there, or two of you, are fans of wrestling by any chance. So I'm a big wrestling fan, and one of the hilarious parts of it, I watch the WWE more than any other, but one of the funny things is they write a script for people to talk, and quite often they talk in a manner that you think, well, nobody actually would say that. But then you've only got to go back to the Attitude Era at the time of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, and if you were in an actual argument, so they're in the ring having their promos, as they call them, which is supposed to be like a, oh yeah, I'm the best, I'm this, that and the other. If you were to call me a jabroni, whatever one of them is, or if you were to say, if you would like me to see me stomp a mud hole in his candy ass, whatever that is, then give me a hell yeah, it wasn't a candy ass, because The Rock was candy ass and Stone Cold wasn't, but he used to do something to a mud hole. I can't think what it is. But if you were to actually say that in a conversation to someone, one, they'd probably either punch you, or two, they would just laugh at you, because why are you saying that? What the hell does that actually mean? You bleeding idiot. So yeah, wrestling and language is a bizarre thing, and I know English is particularly confusing because there's so many words. So we have live, so we are currently live broadcasting to the world, but it's also live, so we live, and there is traffic here. I tell you what I'm going to do is I am going to go a different way, because I am crazy like that, because this traffic's boring. And I think what we'll do is we will pull in here and we will go up to junction 9 and a different way, because this could take quite a while, and I'm not really into sitting around waiting for the traffic to actually go. That's a bit boring. So new route, so we're going to go a different way now. I don't normally go this way, so we better change lane, because otherwise I'll be getting back on the motorway, and we don't want that, do we? That would be hilarious, but in another way, not really what I want. So we are going to actually go towards a different route. We're going to make our way up to a different way. There we go. Nice. Make sure you give me some space. And we're just going to come off here. And we're going to make our way up towards Wynnum. but sorry about that. So yeah, need a different road, because one thing I don't like doing too much is just sitting in traffic when it's taking forever because of some pointless roadworks. Not really sure what they're there for, so there you go. Well, you know, we've got ourselves moving again, which is good. See you later, my man. Hope you have a good day and enjoy your work, whatever it is you're doing. So we are now going to go this way. So that's possibly my one viewer gone, but it was nice to have you here, Joe. You can always watch the rest of the stream later, and that would be absolutely brilliant. Thanks for the thumbs up. You are a legend. So enjoy your day at work. See you, pal. Yep, so now we are coming up to Winnell. So this is now junction 9, which I could have driven to on motorway, to be fair, but I normally come off there. And guess what? Here we go, look. We've got ourselves some traffic. Hey! So I've got a bit of one traffic jam, and I've now driven myself to another one. But there you go, that's just modern life. This one might take longest. Traffic lights ahead, so that shouldn't be too bad. So generally then, how has the live stream gone? Well, it seems to have worked. Seems that the world is watching, so it's nice that I know that Saudi Arabia got me. So if Saudi Arabia got me, then there's no reason why the UK hasn't got me. So where are you, UK? Come on, you buggers. Let me know you're watching. Come on, you know you want to watch your man in a shared NEP. He's the star of the show. Now I have, again, no viewers, so I could possibly leave it here, but I'm not at work yet, so I'm going to keep going. I know when I do get to work, the cleaner won't be there. Have brought myself some curry sauce. So the other day, made a curry, chicken curry for myself and the boys, and a vegetable curry for the wife, which I enjoyed. So they go, oh, I'll do some chicken wraps. Yeah, chicken wraps are boring. Let's actually have some nice food, and let's actually do a curry. Let's make sure it's banging and stuff. So done a curry, enjoying that. So currently, I'm sure this is going to be any quicker. This traffic doesn't seem to be moving any faster than the traffic that I was stuck in. But never mind, we will get to work eventually. So normally get to work at 9 o'clock. They're a bit late. They're a bit late. Doesn't matter. The world will not end because your man in a shared NEP was not on time. Because technically, I went to work early to get the plastics so we can kill the turtles. Oh, don't want to be doing that. But yeah, it's quite amusing that we now have paper straws, but we throw away thousands of bits of plastic. Also, another thing here for you then. So if you've got environmentally friendly things like paper straws, okay, they're not the most environmentally friendly thing, let's not be silly here, but if you do have things like that, don't put it in a plastic bag to send it off to landfill, because the whole purpose of it was it's supposed to be biodegradable. If it's in a bag what's going to take 200 to 500 years to biodegrade, and even then not really degrade, then you're wasting your time. It needs to be put into a bin on its own. And as I look out there, look, there's a lot of traffic. Is that traffic stuck on the motorway? No, I don't think that's the motorway. I think that's close to the motorway, but the motorway's the other side. As I say, it doesn't look like it's moving much. I think I might regret coming this way, but there you go. That's just the way the thing is. So, what is happening in the world at the moment? So, we do currently have going on in and around London these activists who are environmental activists. So this is the thing with this sort of thing. Does that make any sense at all? Probably not. It didn't make any sense in my head when I said it, so I'm not sure that what I just said there made any sense, but I'm going to go with it anyway. So environmentalism is good on the whole, because I think we can all agree, whichever part of the world we will be in, even if it's just some man sat in his car in a traffic jam waiting to get to work. The one thing I think we can all agree with is environmental work is good, and we want to do our best to keep the planet looking as attractive as it does and being as clean as it possibly can be. But there are ways of doing things. By running into a road of fast moving traffic, potentially you're going to cause an accident. Also, although you said I've not actually caused anyone any harm, if you're doing it in central London and causing traffic jams in central London, any other town, any other city are available. If somebody who isn't necessarily on the route, but there could be a fire station there, or there could be an ambulance station, you could potentially be causing trouble for said fire engine or said ambulance, because they can't get, come on, put your foot down then. Oh wow, they really went far there. Because they can't actually get their ambulance or fire engine to wherever. It could mean that potentially a fire, or a person having a heart attack or a stroke, or has been run over, whoever, probably not run over, there's like bloody traffic everywhere, but it means that they can't get treatment. So although in many ways I totally appreciate what environmental activists are trying to do, and it's hard not to, there are ways of going about things. If you're climbing a tree, or you're tying yourself to a tree in an ancient wood because you don't want to be knocked down so that they can build a bridge or a tunnel or anything like that, then you're not actually affecting humans as such. And I know the whole thing of it is, yes, but we've got ourselves in the name and a domain, and people now know who or what we are. Get that? It's not what I'm saying. But if I am in a traffic jam, I'm not going to immediately turn my engine off. So what's going to happen there is, yeah, I'm going to go that way. So what's going to happen there is I am going to keep the engine running. So what you've actually caused is more pollution than if you hadn't done it. So there you go. That's my little bit on that. And if you don't agree with me, then that's absolutely fine. But that's what I think. So I don't think this has actually gained me anything. If anything, it's probably going to take me longer, but there you go, who cares? It's just a bit of fun, and it means that you get a whole hour of your Man in the Shed Danny P live on the YouTube for the first time. From now on I will be doing more based at home or in the shed live streams, because I've got internet there, I've got Wi-Fi, I don't have to pay for this like I do this one, and I don't want to be using too much, and my battery on my phone will soon be going, oh, my phone, what's going on with the battery on that? It's terrible. I need to charge it every day. It's like literally I don't even need to be using it, and it just goes quite dead quite quickly. And I enjoy watching things on my phone. I love watching the YouTube. It's obviously what we're viewing on, and who doesn't like a bit of YouTube in their life? It's all a bit of fun. But yeah, so there you go. So I'm wondering now if I've actually got any viewers. So if there is anyone out there, let me know. I'm going to keep this going till 9 o'clock anyway, so we've had a whole hour, and you can always go back and watch it. At least I got one viewer. One person came on. It did take him 20 minutes, and he stayed and he watched for about 20 minutes of this bleeding idiot who he's never met. That's what I like about Joe from off of Saudi Arabia. Obviously when he put KSA, I'm like, what's that mean then? But obviously not South Africa then, and it's not USA. I'm sure someone from Saudi Arabia would love it if I said, "Oh, is that meant to be the USA?" Yeah, probably not. As I say, don't want to offend people too much, but it did make me laugh. Oh, come on, people! Let's show a bit of. Let me just turn this around so we can see what's going on. Let's see if we can actually go. Come on, there's nothing coming now. Go, move it. Come on. Great, we can do this. Sorry about the coughing. As I say, I got a cold. Yay! Look at that. We got around Winnelcott. Winnell roundabout. Let's have a look at the motorway, see how it's still going. It was going fine, to be fair, earlier. Yeah, that's going all right. So just got to wait for these lights to change, and then we should be there. We'll be there definitely by 9 o'clock, all being well. For it not, who cares? What are you going to do? Tell me off? Oh, like, scared. So, here I am. Like I said earlier, one of the things I do like about this live streaming malarkey is I can change the camera. So, good thing on a modern phone is you've got the camera where you can see this mug, and you've got the camera where you can actually see the road. So, who knows what we could do with that. But on our way next week to Wolverhampton, I'm not going to do a video going to Wolverhampton because I will need to use a bit of SANAV, even though it's quite easy to get to Wolverhampton, to be fair. Come on, are you coming in or what? What are you doing? Why are you parking there? Not really sure what people are doing. So, there you go. I do love it when there's a little bit of fog. Everyone has to put that fog light on, and once the fog is actually clear and you can see over 100 meters, you're supposed to turn your fog lights off. To be fair, it has to be extremely bad for you to even turn it on, because the problem is you put it on but then you forget about it, so you then don't turn it off, like what's happening with this Mini in front. So we got loads of traffic again, but that's okay because we know the ways around traffic. You just gotta get to the roads first, that's the thing. And I know the world doesn't really want to know this, but I need a wee. God, do I need a wee. But never mind, we'll be at work soon and we can do what we want. So we are just going through Winnell now, the fire station here. So my old mate Chris, he used to work there. It's a bit pillock, to be fair, but there you go. Hello Chris, and hello the world, and all my people I used to know and don't know anymore, and don't care that I don't know anymore. That's the thing with people who maybe you went to college with them or school with them, and when you're young you still know them and you live in the same town, you want to be friends with them and you want to keep in contact. Take a look at the likes of Adi, who's just left school. It's my son. He's going to college now, and none of his friends are in his school, college where most of his friends from school went to. But none of those friends that he knew from secondary school were his friends when he was in juniors or infants. So, as I said to him, he will make new friends. And Luke, he still has his friends from school. He only went to sixth form, so everyone at his college were people he knew anyway. And Owen, he's done athletics in the past. A lot of his friends he didn't even know from school, but he still has his big group of school friends that, you know, they still see each other. They still live in the same town, so that certainly helps. And there was a time when he would go to Brighton to see one of his school friends from off of the past, and he enjoyed that. But me, I didn't really like anyone at school. They were all a bunch of idiots, and had no interest in keeping in contact with them, and I haven't. And if they were to meet me today, yeah, not interested. Sorry, don't care who the hell you were. To me, not interested. Didn't really like people at school, and I'm not going to start liking them now simply because why would I? So, look, no viewers. So this has been an amazing hour of me. Like I said at the beginning, talking to myself in my shed. You watch as I pull up into Winchester. Probably get another viewer, but I will be leaving the airways at 9 o'clock. I think this is the thing, isn't it? You know, you go on these live streams and you hope to get some people, you know, a person, anyone. But the time I'm actually doing this in the UK is rush hour traffic time. So people are going to work, people are coming home from work. I need to find a time of day when it's not that. And the thing is, it's not work time everywhere. It's only somewhere. So that almost sounded like it worked. In my head, that was a brilliant bit of conversation I had there. And it was only in my head because nobody watches and no one cares. You know, your man in the shed, Annie P, your favourite YouTube sensation of the future, has had a successful first live stream. We got my main man, Joe. Give him a thumbs up, give him a big thank you, Joe. You were and are an absolute legend. And I hope your day at work is good in the Saudi Arabia and all that. No, we're not going to go in there. We're going to go in the car park still because that is looking rubbish. We're going to try and find our bit of paper to stick back in the window. There we go. There's the parking space. That one to do. That will most definitely do. And there you go. So, hey, I got a new viewer. How you doing? Who are you? Where are you from? Talk to me, person. Unfortunately, you have just joined me as we are going to look to end my live stream. So it's been my first live stream. Hope you have enjoyed it, Joe. And you can go back and watch the rest of it live on YouTube. Other platforms aren't really available because I don't put it on any other platform. But if I did, then perhaps they would be, but they're not, so they won't be. Hope that makes sense. It's been entertaining, shall we say, with road traffic and the little trip to Bookers. Hopefully tomorrow will be a quicker journey into Winchester. But this now was your man in a shed, Andy P. Hope you're all well.